This is the stuff I'm actually gonna video record. They just couldn't do anything about it till literally I published the news right here. They just couldn't do absolutely anything about extermination of Gaza people. They couldn't do anything about it, absolutely anything about it, till I published this thing here. Till I did this one. And I know they're not very happy in the White House today. So, till I did this one here. Let me see if I have a time when I publish this here. This was 2:51 p.m. 2:51 p.m. 2:51 p.m. is when I published this one here. Let's take a date and time right now. It's now 3:40, September the 21st, 2025. Exactly the way you see it. They just couldn't do shit about this stuff. They just couldn't do anything about it. Now it's already 11 minutes ago, live. UK, Canada, Australia recognize Palestine as Israel kills dozens. No, they did recognize Palestine because of this thing here. They had no fucking intention to recognize Palestine. And they never ever would recognize Palestine if I wouldn't brought this subject on. It's a subject of Dodi El Fayed, why Diana left the so-called now King Charles. This is a Srebrenica 3.0. This is a British war on Islam, on Muslims. And Keir Steinführer, as I call him, he had no fucking intention to recognize Gaza, Palestine. He signaled that he would, but he was pretending. He would if he could, and it's exactly the shit he said as a guide of recognizing Palestine, which he went on during MK Ultra and started to negotiate the stuff that I wrote about here. How he started to make a point about whether it would even make sense to still recognize Gaza and stuff like this. That's the stuff that pinned them against the table, because it was a great number of these politicians, European politicians, that participated in that stuff and heard about this stuff exactly that is written here inside of our house. British literally pushed down throat to European politicians the idea about that might not even make any sense to recognize Palestine if there would be insufficient number of the Palestinian people still left alive. That's how that's how far this stuff went on. So yes, I take credit for this stuff. This was the news. This here is the news. This is the news that you had. You had nothing. You only had, when I started to write this news, it was Israel kills 34, Israel kills 31, Israel force kills 91. This is the news that we read every fucking day for the last, I don't know, year, more. This is the same fucking news. This is not the news that would trigger Steinführer, Stürmer to recognize Palestine, Gaza. It literally took me to squeeze them against the wall so they would recall the stuff that went on inside of our house and move their butts. You know, the way they do these sessions in Canada and UK and in Australia, they hold them in such a way that these are all the issues they discuss already in advance. And when something starts to stink, listen, I saw this stuff inside of the UK Parliament, Australian and Canadian, with my own eyes. They explained to me inside of the Parliament on how it works, and also on how it will work. So they're always ready to announce something like this if extremely uncomfortable news settles in. And you must admit that is extremely unsettled, extremely uncomfortable news. Princess Diana did left Charles literally because of the Srebrenica, and it was with Dali El Fayed to give something back to the Muslim and Islam community in the name of Srebrenica, just so that you know that stuff, how it works. So, you know something I'm really proud about, that I was the one who triggered the recognition of the Gaza of the Palestine. There you go. You're going to remember this news. This here is the worst news, is right here on the bottom. This so-called Hamas people, they defected to anywhere from Australia and all the way to Canada, after giving all the information and fulfilling the maybe even atrocities and stuff in the name of Israel, so that Israel could portray this stuff as a necessary war on terror. That's basically on Gaza. And the fact of the matter here is based on Keir Steinfurler, who said, no, the Hamas must be destroyed. The Hamas was and is exactly what I described right here. This is what Hamas was. And I personally would like to see Gaza under control of the Turkey. I would like to see Gaza, Palestine, associated with the Turkish military forces, enforcing the law and order, enforcing surveillance basically of the Hamas, basically engaging in a supervision of the Palestinian military, exactly because of that stuff. In the future, I will demand this issue to be the case, because there is no joke in a Turkish military. The Turks know their business. They don't fuck around with it. They will assist Palestinian military in supervision of their own people, of which many are totally incapable they were incapable to refrain themselves from treason, from grand treason, from betrayal. Impossible to discern based on the news that you see here. Impossible to discern. You can't say we're going to recognize Palestine when the Hamas is going to be destroyed. Impossible to discern between the Hamas children and women that are getting indiscriminately killed. Proven on this page, right? So just so that you know how Palestine, Gaza became recognized, I did it. It's known as 7 minutes ago post right here. First, I wasn't even going to record this stuff, but you know what? This shit doesn't happen every day. It doesn't happen every day. And it's actually a big payback to Israel for what Israel did to me. This is something that makes me really proud about it. There you go. 4 minutes ago, and you have now here live, Canada, Australia recognize Palestine as Israel kills dozen. There you go. You're going to do this in the last 24 hours. 4 minutes ago, there you go. We did it. We did it. This absolutely is genocide. This absolutely is extermination procedure.
Which will be a milestone here in this country. And of course, it also provides for the setting up of a Senate and of course a High Court in this country to balance power among them.
Still ahead on Al Jazeera, in sports, we'll have action from the final day of competition at the World Cup.
Palestinian people are not going to have to move to Sudan, and Sudanese people won't have to be exterminated. And it's time for United Nations to pay attention to Darfur, to the original African people. And it would be the right thing for Muslim countries such as Saudi Arabia to take initiative to protect African people in Darfur, in areas where war rages on African people. That makes no fucking sense to me. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, because bringing whatever culture to the countries that don't impact anybody, to the people that don't impact anybody, don't have no negative impact on anybody, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Africans are not attacking and killing and endangering anybody. So, you know, you need to be part of the process of this liberation of Darfur, where Israel counted will make a big difference, literally through extermination of Gaza, Palestine. It directly concerns you. That's why I say this. It directly concerns you. Israel, after completion of extermination of Gaza, Palestine, attempted to meddle in Darfur and demonstrate itself, and for that matter, Islam, Muslim people, is extremely negative and depict itself as righteous, as brave, as the one, the chosen one, and attempted to depict you as, you know, in a most negative light. It concerns Saudi Arabia, it concerns Iraq, it concerns Iran, it concerns Turkey to stop the genocide on the black people in Darfur. And that must be done now. You must give a support to United Nations to put their troops, to station the troops to stop this. And as far as I'm concerned, you need to get the fuck out of there. If you want some kind of Islamic radicalism or something like this, you need to go. That's an African land too. African, you know, Africa is being stolen from African people for the greatest part. Well, they have the right to their black, totally black homelands too. It's nice to see that there is such a place too. So I don't agree with that stuff. Something must be done with that stuff too. But just so that you know, do me a favor, do it for me. This stuff here, Gaza, I'm really, really proud about this stuff here. This goes under my name. Whatever is left out of Gaza, Palestine. So. Yeah, of course it needs all kinds of evidence, etc., etc., etc. Yeah. Of course it needs. Of course it needs all kinds of evidence. UK recognizes Palestine as Israel bombards Gaza City. Oh fuck it. UK sets to recognize Palestinian state despite opposition. UK recognized Palestine 10 hours ago. 6 hours ago, UK set to recognize Palestinian state. UK recognize Palestine and Gaza, my ass. UK recognizes Palestinian state 27 minutes ago. UK, Canada, Australia announced 20. UK recognized Gaza, Palestine, my ass. UK to recognize Palestinian statehood 39 minutes ago. You know, this goes under my name, not under the UK, not under Canada, not under Australia. The UK recognizes Palestine as Israel bombards Gaza City, the Observer. Okay? Saturday, September the 20th, 2025. Really? Where the hell is the time here? Three hours ago, UK Prime Minister Steinmeier to recognize Palestinian statehood before UNGA meeting. Starmer set to announce UK recognition of the Palestinian state. Set to announce UK recognition of the Palestinian state. To recognize Palestinian state. British were preparing to recognize Palestinian state already last year, a year ago. UK urged Palestinian state recognition. July 30, 2025, UK rejects criticism that move to recognize Palestinian state. Was there a lot of people killed since July the 30, 2025? Canada declares intent to recognize Palestine in September. Oh, okay. It is September. This is Saturday, September 20, 2025. Rachel Sylvester. Isabel Coles. I'm not sure. This is a crazy shit. The lady that published that news, it goes under the September the 20, 2025, and there's no doubt that Gaza is going to be recognized. I don't know what to make out of this now because of this lady. She turned everything upside down. She didn't put the time though. She didn't put the time. There is only a date now. September the 20th is difficult to argue. That was yesterday. And I didn't do this yesterday. I mean, I did this stuff like this every day. I publish about Gaza and so on. But you know, today the stuff that I triggered is a really bad one. I mean, I don't know. These are very severe accusations I have made, to which numerous people have witnessed to. "22 hours ago, Palestinian welcome UK courageous backing off." Canada, Australia recognized Palestinian 48 minutes ago. The UK to recognize Palestinian state in historic move 6 hours ago. UK sets to recognize Palestinian state 16 hours ago. I don't know if I'm going to recognize this. Recognition of Palestinian state 3 hours ago. That was earlier than what I published, that stuff. Sherman set to announce UK recognition of the Palestinian state. I will never recognize Sturmer or any other British politician for that matter when it comes to the Palestinian state. I will never do it. If you pay attention to this stuff here, you know, I bombarded with this issue very, very badly. Stuff I throw into Donald Trump, into British, is extremely despicable. Europeans, the so-called European Commission, it's a very, very bad one. I think I made people understand a lot about what this is all about. This is what people are losing it, not only in Palestine, but throughout the United States of America and Britain and all over the place. So, I don't know. Donald Trump never gave a fuck about Americans dying from overdose. Killing Americans through drugs, illicit drugs, was one of the major industries in the United States of America. I would even say main industry, maybe. That's how they pump their economy. If you read this here, you will understand that Trump didn't give a fuck about people being killed by the drugs. And it's not even about the drug addicts. So you have almost 800,000 Americans homeless on the streets of America. Donald Trump used American military to disperse them, to destroy them, to get them killed. American military veteran right here is a homeless guy.
Somebody order a pizza?
Thank you.
Do you want free pizza? Cheese or pepperoni?
Pepperoni. Thank you. God bless you.
You're welcome. God bless you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Cheese or pepperoni?
Pepperoni. Okay, man. Thanks, dude.
You're welcome, dude. Do you want a free pizza?
Yeah. I'm doing this for lunch, so thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome, brother.
God bless.
God bless you.
Can you get water?
Of course you can. I got bottled water. I got sparkling lime water.
Some sparkling lime water?
Take two of them.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Pizza delivery?
Yes. Will you help a
Listen to this man.
My name is Thomas. I did 12 in the United States
Nice
Navy.
to meet you.
Listen to this man.
Will you help a veteran find
Listen to this.
clothes? My name is Thomas. I did 12 in the United States
Nice
Navy.
to meet you.
Listen to this man, what he is saying. This is a U.S. veteran. This is the U.S. veteran. This is the American military right there. Trump have sent to kill homeless people. And this is the guy who talks about American overdosing on drugs, through illicit drugs, doing the drugs that come from Venezuela are marijuana and stuff like this. The people that you see killed over there on the streets of America, 100,000 per year, which is it's a big number. This is mostly synthetic drugs, all kinds of garbage that's done inside of the labs, directly inside of the United States of America. It's one of the major industries to kill people, and that way boost the economy, basically. Don't fucking talk to me about stuff, about etc., how he cares about America and make America great again. Yeah, make it fucking great again by fucking killing people. Those of you that went after the homeless people today, those of you that, just like the people, just like yourself today, are going to be going after you tomorrow when you're going to be homeless. That's why I said, pay attention to what this man says here. He's a U.S. veteran. Look at that.
Things are closed. My name's Thomas. I did 12 in the United States Navy.
Nice to meet you.
Are you a veteran also?
I'm not, sir, but thank you for your service.
You look like a Marine. I had not eaten today.
How about some water? You thirsty?
Yes, I'm dehydrated. I'm coming over for a hug.
This is fucking crazy. This is fucking crazy. These are the things, as I said, that people should know under American citizenship, what American citizenship is. Donald Trump instead pushed forward additional $6.5 billion in dollars arms to the Israel. That's the news that's coming from the White House. So who the hell is winning in this war? Because I know the American people are dying like a fleas all over the place, so that Israel can receive more and give more. For the sake of his properties he already owns also in Israel. He did not even disclose that stuff to the public.
I'm working like a my ass. I know. Christmas stuff that, who gives a about Christmas stuff and decoration, but I need to do it, right?
Right, man. You need to know this before your fucking Christmas. It's a Christmas time. It was an image just like this one that police officers photoshopped. It's not a police officer, it really was a scum. But it was none bigger than he is.
Because they say that it exonerates Hamas. Those are the words of Marine Le Pen, the far-right leader, and that is very much the sentiment amongst the right. But on the left, they're saying this was the moment, it should have happened a long time ago. Look, more than 140 other countries recognised the Palestinian state years ago.
OK, we'll leave Natasha Butler there with all the latest from Paris and take you straight to Gaza now, where Hind Khandari is standing by live for us in Al Nusayrat. And Hind, you're on that coastal road. You are watching people relentlessly making that awful journey from the north to the south, many of them doing it again under bombardment from the Israelis in Gaza City. To what extent are they even likely to be aware that these moves have been taken by big Western countries like France, the UK, Canada and others? And what would they make of these moves?
They're definitely not aware. They have been not sleeping all night long as the Israeli forces continue to explode and to bomb and to destruct complete residential houses, bombing at least 3 houses without any prior notice. Dokhmush family.
Well, let me explain to you something. Israel is going to go from Gaza and Israel is going to go from Palestine. This here is a very, very bad news. Whichever way it is, this is a very bad news. This is a news that there were so many people. There were people who left our house because of this shit that went on inside of our house. Literally, Prince Charles was using Keir Starmer to assault them with idea about whether it would even still make sense to recognize the Gaza after a total massacre, and rushed Israelis. We are talking about year 2015 here. 2014. 2014 was the year. 2014 or even 2013 was the year when Keir Starmer threw on the table the idea that whether it would even still make sense to recognize a Palestinian state if Israel would cause so much and so much devastation. And so there you can see that Israel was giving a time limit, time term. September. You have time to cleanse, to kill until September. Now, this is not what I accomplished today, but you will accomplish. You will accomplish. You, the people, will accomplish if you will follow through this. You will get them out. You will get your Palestine back if you pressure through these issues. If you pressure through these issues, the Israelis will live, they will go away, and you will have your homeland. But your homeland, for your own sake, should be supervised by the Turkish military forces. They should supervise, absolutely supervise, Palestinian military. Palestinian military have totally failed. And it should be supervised by the power that is competent, that is self-sufficient about making decisions when it comes to decisions involving security of Gaza, Palestinian people. It's just a problem because sometimes when you live too close to the enemy, you have all kinds of infiltrators, change the political landscape, the view, and it's just enormous problem. It's enormous problem. It's better to have somebody from the outside overseeing, watching you, making sure that something like this possibly could not repeat. And if it's something like this happens, they alone have direct access to interfere with it. You know what I mean? It's just something that I alone will not settle for, just some kind of Hamas and stuff like this, because of what I stated in this video. The question here is, the question remains, the question which still remains is this question here, which I posted, the issue which I posted in this post here. It's called the $6.5 billion. And that was also the question that remained open throughout MK Ultra. It's the question of how much damage will this money from Donald Trump, which was all negotiated during MK Ultra, still be capable to make in annihilation of Gaza. $6.5 billion in weapons to Israel is enormously a lot of money. So Israel still continues to survive on $6.5 billion of weapons, which Trump, again, is about to give to Israel. Then it could be that Israel will even complete the genocide. So the recognition is one thing. Extermination of the Gaza, you must understand, will not stop here. I do recall clearly the issue of $6.5 billion in the game will remain, and will continue to use these funds to kill entirely Gazan people. So the recognition itself, it's not enough. It's going to have to be more than just recognition. It's not sufficient. It's nice that you gave the recognition, but we did discuss this issue also in our house, the issue of $6.5 billion. And you all know today that recognition itself, it's not enough. It's not going to be enough. Israel will continue to do this. They have their engineers, they have their military staff with Americans. They precalculated, and this sale here of $6.5 billion was and is detrimental to existence of the Gaza and of the Palestine. Donald Trump was the one who sealed the fate of the Gaza. He believed, now you have the power to stop this. This is the main thing. This video is actually going to the internet. I wasn't sure what to do with it, but it's going to the internet because of this $6.5 billion. No, I'm not the one who made a difference in this case, in my opinion, when it comes to the recognition date. The stuff, however, which I told you about, how they had these issues prepared on a table, and in Australian, in British, and in Canadian parliaments, it's exactly the way it was. Just like subject about me, they had certain subjects ready to launch and attest, certify it just about any time. It's all kinds of shit that goes on inside of those parliaments. And that's the stuff they manipulated, that's the stuff they negotiated. It's unbelievable how the politicians, the world of the politicians, the stuff that they do is just, you really don't know with these people about what goes on inside of those parliaments and behind the closed sessions, private sessions, outside of the parliament. You really have no fucking idea about what goes on with these people. You can't trust them anything. They're dangerous. Donald Trump said it's 300,000 Americans that get killed through the drugs because he wanted to look big in the eyes of Americans, like as if he cares about people being killed through the overdose. It's a major and main, one of the main American industries is the industry of death, the synthetic drugs, the overdosing people. It's one of the main fucking industries, like he would care about it. But at the same time, he's got 800,000 homeless Americans. He sends a National Guard, the U.S. military, to beat them up, to fuck them up, to kill them, basically. The homeless people. Like he would care about Americans. Give me a fucking break.